Welcome to Stop the Madness. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Stop the Madness. I'm your host, The Kid Plot. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I'm here with my co-host, Isaac Cotto. We are back in the building with another great video for you guys. But before we get started, make sure you like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Cotto, let them know what we did yesterday.
We went to a Trump rally
In
here
Duluth,
in
Georgia.
good old Georgia.
Yes.
And we made it out. I was kind of nervous when we went, but
What you mean nervous? Don't be falling for the propaganda now.
hey, it was what it was. It was great.
Man,
we had a good time.
Y'all gonna enjoy these interviews. They were really good.
We did some man on the street interviews.
Let's get it.
Let's check it out. Okay, what's your name?
Oren.
Oren, nice to meet you, Oren. Oren, real quick, I noticed you got some gay pride colors on your. What before we get into the, you know, we identified this guy as soon as we saw him.
Oh yeah, as soon as we walked in.
Oh, this is us all day. We have to interview this guy.
Absolutely.
So we were excited when we saw him. Flag
With
Israel. Question:
Absolutely.
Trump is not very famous for being very pro gay.
He's very pro-gay.
He's anti-trans, maybe.
No,
No?
He's just anti all this trans craziness in schools.
Okay.
For kids.
Okay.
Okay, let the kids grow and then they make up their mind if they want to be gay, they want to be trans, but he doesn't want this in school.
Okay. How about in the military? Because I know Israel's like
He's
required. You know, let me just say this. Because a lot of our content has to do with the transgender movement that's going on. When I saw him and we started touching that topic, I was very prepared for the opposite answer that he gave. And sure enough, when he started talking, I was like, well, damn, this guy actually makes sense. Like, okay, I wasn't ready for that. So it was interesting because I was mentally ready to do some warfare.
Right.
And it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was a great job.
Yeah. That was cool. Let's keep checking it out.
And
You don't think
I've been to the Israeli military and I'm gay.
right, but Trump doesn't believe that.
Why not?
He said he would not have trans in the military.
I didn't hear that.
No?
No.
Okay. All right, great. What do you think is going to be, what is your number one reason that you vote for Trump?
Above all else.
Yeah, that he puts America first.
Okay.
That we keep being brainwashed that, you know, he's a racist, he's against America, he's like, Kamala is like,
The only thing that I didn't like when you asked that question, and not that you asked the question, that was a great question. Like, I think if you're a Trump supporter or a supporter of any candidate, when you should automatically know off rip what is the main reason you're voting for this person. It should not take you time to have to
be like,
let me see why. Like that is not. I know they might want to use the excuse of, oh, it's because there's so many reasons. No, you can have so many reasons. That means that one would pop up like that.
Yeah, when I think I know automatically what's number one on my agenda list that pops up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why when I hear that, I'm like, man, I wish not that he didn't have good answers, because he did, but just be a little bit more assertive, be quick. You should definitely know what it is that you like about a candidate within a second. You should know, especially the main reason.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I didn't like was how long it took him.
I put people in, like, people first. I'm like, go to Trump rally and see that he doesn't put people first. He does put people first.
Okay.
He takes care of America. He doesn't care about,
Zero world stuff.
He doesn't care about the world as far as, like, no, America first. And he supports Israel, which is, to me, also very big thing. But it's about, when Trump was in the office, we had zero wars. Right now, it's not we're about to have a third world country, a third world war. We are in a third world war, okay? In Israel, they're fighting against the whole world, including Russia and China.
Right there. It's a little extreme. I get it. He's Israeli. We're not in a third world war.
Right.
I mean, I was like, give me a break. But
Yeah.
there are conflicts that have arisen during the Biden administration.
Well, like Israel versus Hamas.
Right. That all these different conflicts have happened, but are we in a third world
No,
war?
definitely not.
Definitely not.
It'd be a lot different
Yeah.
than what we're.
Yes.
which is the bigger threat to the U.S. and Iran. So, yeah, that's why I vote for Trump, because Trump, they're not going to mess with him, okay? They never try to do anything.
He's right about that.
Putin invaded Crimea during Obama. Okay, and then he invaded Ukraine during Biden-Harris. Okay, he never dared to do anything during Trump. Okay, we didn't lose soldiers, we didn't have wars. That's why. And first of all, just is putting America first.
Awesome.
Gays for Trump.
Yes.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
There you go, Kid Plot. Yes.
All right, how you doing? Real quick, what's been your experience so far at the Trump rally?
A bunch of good people out here. We couldn't get in, but that's a good thing.
Okay.
Hey, what? Let me say this. One thing you notice off the top, I know the dude was there with his wife, kid, and grandma. It was like the entire family. He wasn't like the rogue black dude that supports Trump. Like
Right.
the entire family was
I
there,
thought.
and they were all happy about his interview.
All right, another quick question. What do you think about Trump's position on immigration? Are you pro, for?
I
What's your
love
stand?
it. I love everything that he's doing about immigration. I love that he wants to keep
See the
America.
background.
America.
She's like shaking her head.
If you're not here legally, then you got to be here legally. That's how it goes.
Last question. Why do you think there's so many more black people supporting Trump this time around than before?
Because they saw what happened in their communities. They saw what Trump did for their economy, so they want that to happen again. They saw what Biden and Kamala did for their communities. They don't want that to happen. So
Is that why you came around?
I've been around since the first
I
time.
bet. All right.
All right, one more. Hey, you're great at that. We ask you one more. On your stance on immigration, where everyone needs to go out, what do you think about the family that's been here 20-something years, committed no crime, have U.S. citizen children, maybe even started a business, and should that family be uprooted, or should they have an opportunity to stay in country?
They shouldn't be uprooted, and I don't think they are. They'll be able to stay here, just like anybody else that's been doing the right thing. But if you have like a criminal background, a criminal history, then they're gonna look into that like they should have been doing before, and it's gonna be handled.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Real quick on immigration.
You know that answer. I mean, of course, I did immigration for roughly 10 years, right? Immigration law.
Mhm.
There, you know, it's no one's fault, right? No one sits down and gives a class on like, how do you qualify to stay in the country, or what really is the requirement for asylum? Like, asylum cases, just because a gang is killing, your family, that doesn't qualify under the strict guidelines of asylum, right? It's very difficult. And the whole concept, like, oh, as long as you haven't committed any crimes, you should be able to stay. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work that way at all. But it's just interesting because it's not based on knowledge. It's just kind of just a feeling, right? Like a humane feeling. Like, hey, if someone's been here, they haven't caused no trouble, whatever, they should be able to stay. That sounds amazing.
Right.
But guess what? That's not the reality. All right, let's see.
Trump is very hardline on immigration. What do you think about an immigrant family that got here 20 years ago, no crimes, no history, started a business, have employees, have been successful? Do you think that family that's been here 20-something years with kids and everything should be booted out the country?
No.
Okay. What Trump's position is a little bit different. What are the pros and cons? What do you think about his position?
Well, his position is to kick out the ones that have come in recently with the open border wall.
Okay.
The ones that have been here 20 years, I'm not for amnesty, but I say that they're here and they need to work through the process.
Okay. For the recent arrivals, was what you're talking about. Do you believe, we know there's millions that have crossed the border. Do you believe out of those millions, they're all criminals that are coming through?
No.
Okay. You think there are some bad seeds?
Oh, there's definitely bad seeds. We're seeing them everywhere.
Okay.
Dude, I was honestly stuck when he was like, no, I don't believe that.
Because you got to remember, here's the thing.
I almost got stuck. I didn't know.
Well, because you thought that he was going to be in complete alignment with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, that's just not realistic. You don't have to be in alignment with every single position with the person you support. You don't. You just have to be in alignment with the ones that matter to you the most, or more in alignment with them than the other candidate. because like I told you off camera before, I said, listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter no matter who you vote for, every relationship you're in, there's not one person that you would have a relationship with, whether it's your wife, whether if you're a woman, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, close friend, business friend, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. You can literally love your daughter, and you're not going to be in agreement with every position or every stance that she has on every single topic. But that doesn't mean you don't support her. That doesn't mean that you don't love her. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what candidate you're going to vote for, right? You don't have to be in agreement with absolutely everything because that's not realistic. You're not going to be. No one is in agreement with anybody 100% in anything. Me and you are very good friends. I don't agree with absolutely every position you have on every subject. It's not realistic. So at the end of the day, just because you're not in agreement with every single position, my point is that doesn't mean you can't support that person or that candidate. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I in these interviews, I mean, literally just one day, it's like when you're trying to sell the nice car, right? You're gonna talk about the engine that's a V8 and the rims or whatever it is. And when it comes to immigration, well, what Trump has to do, he has to highlight the hot topic that's gonna make that person say, "Yay, yeah, I agree with that." So what does he talk about? He talks about the criminals and the violence and this that because him saying, you know what, a lot of people coming over, they're not criminals and they're actually good people and that he would lose people if he didn't highlight all the negative effects of the immigration policy that's been happening.
But
so
what
it makes sense.
But what it doesn't. But what you're saying, both sides do it. At the end of the day, you're trying you're trying to win an election.
For sure. No, for
and
sure.
If you're trying to win an election,
but I was
that's
totally
how it goes.
prepared for this guy to say, yeah. He was like, no, I don't believe that at all. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he kept it real.
All right. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
All right, let's see what else we got.
Biggest impact Kamala's policy on immigration versus Trump.
Well, Trump's is going to be the biggest impact because he's going to shut the border down and then he's going to push them back. However, he's going to do it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, how y'all doing? Hey, welcome to Stop the Madness. Just real quick, what's your experience like as a black person who's been here? What's your experience like so far at this rally?
No problem.
No problem?
No problem.
It's not as violent as the other side says it typically is?
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. And what is your stance on the immigration policy that Trump is trying to implement that is not going on right now? Do you think these people that came here illegally shouldn't be here, or do you think they should have an opportunity to become legal while they're already in here?
Shouldn't be here.
Okay. Appreciate it.
The most non-conversing person that we found.
He gave us one 2-word answer.
No, they shouldn't be here. It's good.
I was like, you know what?
Okay.
I see where this is going. I'm not pushing anymore because he's not going to give me an elaborate answer.
No, you handled it great. No,
right.
It was very eye opening.
Yeah, man.
We got more interviews we're gonna post up, but that was awesome.
But that was good, man. I think that I'm glad that we were able to go out there and actually interact with the people that were at the rally. You know, these are opportunities that a lot of time don't come around all the time. You know, how many times are you gonna go to a presidential rally? You know what I mean? Like
never. Yeah,
really. That's my first time ever going, and it was only
either.
because we have the podcast and we wanted to give people's perspective. But I think it was a great, informative time. I know you said you were a little bit worried. You were saying I was looking around because I didn't. What if somebody came out with a submachine gun and they're over here shooting everybody? I'm like, come on, bro. At the end,
I was thinking. I meant in the sense like, well, they tried to kill Trump. You just never know. You get some crazy.
Well, they had
person.
so much security.
They had cops at every 30 feet.
They had snipers on the roof of the actual arena.
Yeah,
which was sick.
Like I said, it was the first. I would, I'm sure it's not going to be able to happen, but it would have been interesting to go to a Harris rally.
Well, wait a minute.
Ask those same questions and see what happens.
I think she was in Georgia.
She was recently. That's what I'm saying. We're not going to get it before the election, but it would be cool now that we've gone to one.
Yeah. To
see if we would have caught one, just to see those same type of questions and see those responses.
But I really want to ask you something. What was your impression of? Because you're not 100%. Like I support Trump. I don't support everything he does, but I'm voting for Trump. So I don't think you're decided on who you're voting for yet. I don't think you're there yet, based on conversations that we've had. But what was your experience so far when you went to this rally? What did you think? Was it more than you expected? Was it less?
I
Was
mean,
it exactly?
it's kind of like going to a game where your favorite team is playing and it's just your favorite team. There's no opposing side, right? So 99% of the crowd was pro-Trump crowd. So everybody's cool with each other. They're all on the same page. They're buying the same hats and shirts. It wasn't like you had a group of people saying, F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, like what you see on TV. I think that would have been a different environment. But what we went to, basically, it's Team Trump the whole way. So you're not going to have any issues. That's something I noticed right away.
Okay.
Where you've been conditioned to see at these rallies, where it's like the anti-Trump group, arguing and there's something super intense and all this kind of stuff. But when we went, it's all Team Trump. You know what I mean? So that part was interesting. But my part that I enjoyed the most was the actual interactions of actually talking to like true Trump supporters, like hat, T-shirt, flag,
right?
But their answers were mixed. It was like kind of like I was like, oh, okay, it's not just black or white. There's a lot of gray areas,
and that's a clear indication that you don't have to agree with everything just to support somebody.
No.
So they clearly aren't on the same page on immigration with Trump.
It was
but they're probably on the same page with a lot of other topics.
And overall, I took it overall. They agree with Trump. Like, of the two candidates, he definitely is going to have the hard line on immigration. But it's on the details. Like, oh, there are people that open to scenarios where it's like they should work something out for this particular scenario, or they should try to do something. Is it feasible? No, but it's just the fact in my mind. I see a white guy with a red hat for Trump, older Southern accent. I was like, oh, he's going to hate every immigrant that walks through. But it was an interesting educational experience for me.
Yeah, I thought it was great too, man. Definitely loved it. It was fun.
All right, well, there you go. Let us know what you guys think. This is our first man on the street. I think we should do some more type of these interviews.
Yo, that was really very, very good.
Like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.
If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and click here. If you want to see more videos like this, click here.